this transmission to bring you the following live broadcast.
How's everyone doing tonight? Woo! It's Wednesday. It's 6 o'clock somewhere, with Corina ready in her chair, and almost 10 whole people watching from home. Are you ready? I said, are you ready? It's time for the ThinkSoJoE Show!
It is! I like when I have old co-hosts co-hosting when John's not here. Except it still says John.
It still says John. I'm not John.
And it always says John because I forget that that's coming too. But I like when I have old co-hosts. I still have the AC on. Let me turn that off. Oh. That's picking up in my microphone. I can hear it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, when I have old co-hosts, it's turn off. There it goes.
There it goes. Okay.
Anyway, when I have old co-hosts co-hosting the show, I still have their intros, so I could just program their intros. And
awesome.
When I had Leland on a couple of weeks ago, I had to hit the censor button when it was like, with John ready in his chair.
Oh. Hi, Jazz.
Hi, Jasmine.
Yeah. So thanks for having me on again.
Thanks for coming.
It's been a minute.
I'm going to need a co-host next week, too, so we'll worry about that later. But
yeah.
This was, as soon as John was like, oh, dude, you're going to hate me. I need the next 2 weeks off. I'm like, cool.
Cool. Way to have a life, John. Jeez.
Like, I'll find somebody. It's all right. And then I was like, you were the first person I asked, because I'm like, Punk Rock Prom is coming up.
I know.
You've been doing interviews and shit talking about the Punk Rock Prom, so it's like, well, you might as well come on this show and talk about the Punk Rock Prom.
Yeah, the Punk Rock Prom. It's going to be so fun. It's an excuse to play dress up.
Yes, in 80-something degree weather.
Well, punks can be sweaty. That's okay.
Aren't I going to be sweaty enough the next day when I'm playing at Tudor Lounge?
Ooh, yeah.
It's going to be warm.
I think it's warm in there.
It's going to be, like, you remember when we went and saw Vanilla Ice and we left because, like, we knew the rest of his set were all Bob Marley covers? Right?
Yeah.
And we were like, let's go to this punk show at Tudor Lounge. And we got to the show and we saw Shambles and it was like 8 billion degrees in there. So we bought everybody's merch and went home.
Yep. I do remember.
So, like, yeah, it's Tudor Lounge on Saturday. With VirusX and the Living Brain Dead, and one more to be announced, I guess.
Isn't this always the way?
VirusX did say they'll play all night if they have to.
They definitely have the repertoire.
They've been a band for 40 years.
40
so.
years, man. I'm approaching.
You're approaching. I'm past.
You've passed it.
I celebrated 40 years, and then I went to San Francisco and celebrated 40 years of my favorite band, and I have seen them 9 times since then. Yeah. And I'm seeing them 4 more times later this year. I've been watching
Metallica.
I've been looking at the set lists after every show just to see what they've been playing at these shows because it's 2 nights, no repeats.
That's crazy.
Every city. So it's like, what are they playing? What might I actually get to hear this tour that I haven't maybe heard before?
Yeah.
Or that I haven't heard in a long time. And they've been playing Until It Sleeps and King Nothing off of Load. So I've just been like, please, at some point, expand this and play Hero of the Day in one of the cities I'm going to, because I love that song and I haven't heard them play it live since probably 1997. So, you know, I'm really hopeful, but I'm sure it's probably still going to be the same basic set lists once they get to at least New York in August. But I've been watching all the blooper videos from the first couple of nights of the tour.
That's cool.
Where, you know, Kirk starts playing the wrong song or James starts playing on a 4 count when it's an 8 count. You know.
That's fun.
Jasmine,
thank you.
She says you look really pretty.
I'm sure you look very pretty too, Jasmine.
But yeah, it's you know, it's been a while since you've been here and on the show.
Sure has.
You did promise that one of these days you'll come over and help me with this project I got going on behind me here.
Yeah. I'll help. I'll help. It's gonna be like an all day. We're gonna have to get pizza. We're gonna have to make a day out of it.
Yes, and that's why I haven't tried to do it myself yet, is because I'm like,
it would be quite a feat by yourself.
well, it's doable. It's just like the hard part is like figuring out where to start, because I know the start needs to be in the other room, because we're moving shit out of there and we're moving shit out of here into there, and then other shit back into here, and other shit into the basement. And so it's like, I could probably move this desk by myself. It's small, it's light, but that means I gotta but there's no path for me to move it.
Right.
So every day I'm like, I'm gonna get up in the morning, I'm gonna do this. Because I got to get up at 10 o'clock and I got to take my meds anyway.
Meds. Welcome to my world.
I'm like, but I don't go to bed until like 3 o'clock.
I hear you.
4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock this morning I went to bed.
Oh, jeez.
So I'm like, 6 o'clock, that's okay. I could get up by 10. And I did.
You did? That's impressive.
It didn't hurt that the first thing I did when I woke up was rolled over, checked my messages, and had a message like, hey, dude, listen, I'm really sick and 13 Dead Canaries isn't going to be playing this weekend, so...
That's a bummer.
You guys got anything in mind? So, working on that.
Yeah. So if you're listening and you're in a punk band and you'd like to play Saturday...
Yeah. Somebody else reached out to me. We've been talking about this flyer for this show, because there's a joke in the flyer that they've sold out all these pet stores.
Oh...
But if you look at the flyer, it just says sold out. You're not looking at the dates behind it.
Yeah.
It just says sold out. So I've been talking about this for weeks now, where it's just like, I wouldn't have made that choice.
Yeah.
I get the joke. It's funny. I wouldn't have made that choice, because I have now had somebody else message me today and say, hey man, this flyer is really misleading. I'm like, yeah, dude, I know. So I explained the joke, and I'm like, but this is the thing, this is like the 5th time I've had to explain this joke to somebody. If you have to explain the joke, it's not funny.
It's not a good joke, no.
I get it, it's hilarious, it makes perfect sense,
right.
Except you got people who are like, wait, the show's sold out? The first thing John said to me when he saw the flyer was, the show's sold out? Like, no, dude, it's at Tudor. It's at the door. It can't sell out until people are actually inside the place.
Yeah.
But no, it's not sold out, and that was, so it's been confusing everybody, and I, again, wouldn't have been a choice I made. But to each their own. I haven't had to make a, hi, Ma. Your mom's in the chat.
Hi, Mom. What's up with saying hi to Joe and Jazz and not me?
She sees you every day?
Yeah, mostly.
Yeah. But yeah, I wouldn't have made that choice, and I haven't made a Living Brain Dead flyer in I don't know how long, because it's all been like, I haven't booked my own shows. I'm just like, who's got what for us? I've been trying to book my own shows. Punk Rock Prom was supposed to be a Living Brain Dead show, but somebody booked it on a Friday.
Well, I got the date I could get.
I had asked you, get me a Saturday in June, and you were like, I got June 2nd. I'm like, is that a Friday, or is that a Saturday? You're like, no, it's a Friday. I'm like, we can't fucking play it.
Hey, the show is going on, though.
I even asked, right? Because I'm like, maybe we could play it, because I know Jill's going to have Fridays open up for the summer.
Right.
So I'm like, can we do this show? And she's like, I can't do this show. I literally can't. And then she was talking about like, oh yeah, I'm going to wear this to the Punk Rock Prom. I'm like, wait a second. Isn't this the show you said you couldn't do because of this? And she's like, oh, that's right. I can't go.
That sucks.
Evening slumber.
Hi, Leedles.
It's Leland, who is in a punk band, but we've specifically been looking, at least for the time being, for bands that are not, one, already playing this weekend, and two, have not already played with either us or VirusX in the past month. Which, I mean, like literally 2 or 3 weeks ago, Bastard, 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 who we're playing today, they played with VirusX. So we're like, and they have come up in the conversation, and it's just like, they would probably do it, but, so.
Yeah. Reasonable.
We're trying to put on a different show here than what we would usually.
That was a good show. Let's go on to the next good show instead of repeat this show.
Somebody suggested Tokyo Monsters, and I love Tokyo Monsters. One, I don't think they fit with this bill, and two, I've seen them 7 billion times now. So somebody else. So I'm trying to get Shambles, who I have also seen 7 billion times.
Right.
But I've never played with them. I'm pretty sure I have played with Tokyo Monsters. Not entirely. There, your mom says hi.
Hi, Mom. Yeah, hi.
Not entirely sure that I've played with Buy Our Merch, by the way.
Ooh, merch.
Yeah, Buy Our Merch. Get the Ask John t-shirts, even though he's never here anymore. He's taken so many weeks off.
Well.
He came back last week, and he's like, dude, you're going to hate me. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna hate you. What's the problem now?
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm trying to get maybe Shambles, because we haven't played with them and I want to play with them.
Right.
There's other bands who I know would say no. And that's why I'm not gonna ask On The Cinder, who we're playing later on today, because one, they're playing Rochester next week. Which is why we're playing them today. They got a huge show in Rochester next week.
Yeah, big to do.
And also, they're about to go on tour of the Northeast. They have a Buffalo show already booked, so we don't want to take away from that.
Right.
And that's basically the same of Rat Ops are going on tour, and they have a Buffalo show, so we don't want to take away from that.
Yeah.
XM Priory was mentioned, and it's they won't do it. I can guarantee you that, because they have their show on the 24th, over at Rapids Theater in Niagara Falls, and that is their big comeback show, so they're not going to do anything between now and then. So they're out of the question to ask. There's other bands that have been suggested, but I have reasons why I'm you even mentioned a band that was on my mind this morning when I was thinking about it, which was Skyway, who are fantastic. I love Skyway. I got to see them not too long ago. I forget who they were playing with, but
I wasn't there. I don't know. I remember that didn't they play with Skamagachi?
Yes.
I wasn't there for that, unfortunately.
They played with Skamagachi, and there was somebody else, but I don't remember who. But I remember being at that show because I saw Vincent Lima, who used to be in the Scarecrow show and is now in Headspace.
Oh.
I didn't know he was in Headspace, and we had a show coming up the next week with them. And he was telling, oh yeah, I'm in this band Headspace. I've been meaning to see your band. I'm like, dude, we're playing a show together next week. I had no idea you were in that band. That's cool. Now I'm really I was already looking forward to it because the Clockers were on it, and all due respect, out of New York City. So I was really looking forward to it. Even though the show wound up sucking through, the struggle is real for the sound guy to stay in the country when he's got a show to do sound for. But it is a struggle. It is what it is, I guess. But that show was a disaster, and we made up for it big time at Stamps. You were there. You saw us.
I saw.
You saw us.
It was fun.
Yeah. We. I don't know when you got there though, so I don't know.
I got there towards the beginning of your set.
Okay.
And then Don Roth pulled me outside to talk to me.
Oh.
And I couldn't be no to Don.
Right. I said hi to Don a couple of Stamp shows ago. And he was like, I'm sorry, I don't remember who you are. I love Don. He's
great. Great people.
Corina, you have to set the competition for this week. It's been sorely missed in recent. He's talking about the polls you used to do.
Oh, wow.
He mentioned it a couple, maybe last week or maybe the week before.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know if you saw the episode 2 weeks ago when Leland was co-hosting.
I saw some of it.
And he gave me that Carolina Reaper popcorn.
I did not see that. Yeah, I'm usually working up until 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
On Wednesdays, 7 or 8. So by the time I get home, I miss the action.
Yeah. But yeah, you got to see a little bit of that show at Stamps, and that we felt was like the best show we ever played.
That was a really good turnout.
And we're hoping to do the same Saturday. Like, we're so looking forward to Saturday now for the show at Tudor, because we're just like, we crushed that Stamps show.
Yeah.
And we're like, yo, let's get this going. This is gonna be like this show needs to happen now. Like, can it be today? And then the Timeless Babe show, June 9th, next Friday.
Yeah.
Like, that's going to be sweaty. But
I haven't been there yet.
That's next Friday is the Timeless Babe show. Leland hasn't been. So they just did their first show a couple of weeks ago at the new location. I never saw anything at the Tonawanda location before they moved to Allen Street.
So they're moved. It's not a second location.
They moved.
Okay.
So, but they were still doing shows at the Tonawanda location up until a few weeks ago.
Okay.
The first one was The Last Rain.
Okay.
So I went there for two reasons. One, of course, to support my bass player.
Right.
Who is also the bass player for The Last Rain. So I was there to see him and hang out and support my friends, you know, and I'm friends with, you know, most of them. I don't know the drummer, but, you know, I'm friends with Lauren, I'm friends with Brian. So it was like, you know, I'm super stoked to go see my friend's band play. And the band from Pennsylvania was really fucking good that played before them.
Cool.
And the band that opened the night, Destroya, the dude that sings in that band had auditioned for the Living Brain Dead, and we were just like, nope.
Oh, yeah?
But when we saw him play at Timeless Babes with his other band, he crushed it.
Yeah.
He was just
wasn't a good fit for you guys.
I mean, he came into this show like full of confidence, and just his voice was not shot.
Right. Okay.
He came into practice completely the opposite, no confidence, no voice. He's like, you blew my voice out like 2 weeks ago at a show. Like, you blew your voice out like 2 weeks ago. We're trying to tour. Like,
yeah, that's not good.
Not a good sign. And he was singing out of time, and you know, so. And we had given him a couple of chances, too. He came a couple of times. And just but to see him play in Destroya was just like, damn. Like, I walked in the door, and the first person I saw when I walked into to what they call the pit at Timeless Babes was Joe, my bass player. And I said, hey, man. He said, dude, that's Sean. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, that's the dude that came and auditioned and failed miserably. Like,
that's funny.
Like, holy shit, dude. And we were just blown away by how good this guy actually is. Would not have been a good fit for us. Absolutely not. Like we made the absolute right choice.
Yeah.
And like Jill just has been crushing it and just
absolutely.
And by the way, you come out to Tudor if you're an old school Living Brain Dead fan. If you miss Katie,
as we all do.
You come out Saturday night. Katie's going to sing a song with us. So. And
you know I can't get 2 days in a row off.
I know.
It sucks.
I know. We're going to definitely be trying to get that on video.
Good.
So hopefully it'll sound. So like we got video from the last show. We got it in glorious 4K resolution. It looks great. It looks amazing. But all I can personally hear is cymbals.
Oh.
So. I'm like, it looks great. It's not the best sounding live stream it. Jasmine says, nah, I'm not bringing all that gear to Tudor Lounge. I barely want to bring
it won't fit.
Yeah, right. I barely want to bring a $300 camera to Tudor Lounge, let alone my $800 laptop to be able to stream. Plus, I can't get on their Wi-Fi.
That's true.
We tried.
That was a problem.
We tried for Muller Mania 2, and it just didn't happen. We couldn't get on their Wi-Fi. I was trying, and Chris is like showing me the paper with the Wi-Fi info. I'm like, dude, it's just not working. It won't get. He's like, I'm on it. I'm like, yeah, but I'm not. Like, I can't get it to work. So we ended up recording it and uploading it later. Hi, Steph. We were talking about Taylor Swift. Were we talking about Taylor Swift on the air? No, that was off the air. We were talking about we were talking about Taylor Swift off the air. Because we were talking about how her records sell for Record Store Day.
Yes, we were. Yes.
But yeah, Also, but I had posted the other day how badass Taylor Swift is for like staying out in the pouring rain and giving her fans a kick-ass show still.
That is pretty
Several
badass.
times on this tour, by the way.
That is pretty badass.
I saw a video while I was mindlessly scrolling through like Facebook video shorts or whatever, whatever they call them, their TikTok style thing. And I found this video of Taylor Swift playing in the rain, like brushing the water off her piano.
Wow.
And she's like, anyway, this song's called Invisible, and just starts playing, and it's like pouring rain. And I'm like, I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen. I've seen bands play in pouring rain. I haven't seen it like in person. I know I was working the night the Goo Goo Dolls did it at City Hall. Oh. Which is available. You can buy that as a CD and maybe a DVD too. It's streaming on everywhere. I've listened to it because it's one of my favorite live albums. Is that Goo Goo Dolls Live in Buffalo July 4th album?
Yeah.
Because like they play a lot of my favorite Goo Goo Dolls songs on it. But and I've seen like videos of like Green Day playing in the rain and Metallica and like, but like just the way Taylor Swift handled that, where she just like, pfft. Anyway, this song's called so and just continued to play and kept doing it. Yeah. Show after show because it's kept raining on her tour. And then you got the Swifties, they're bottling the rainwater and selling it to other Swifties. Like, very entrepreneurial group of people are the Swifties.
That's good.
I tried to be that because I'm like, if that last record sold for like 10 times what I bought it for, but like I'm going to buy this one too. And if it doesn't go for like at least double what I'm buying it for, I'll listen to it because I like Taylor Swift as an artist. I still haven't opened it. I was listening to records yesterday, but I was like, I finally have my turntable cleared off. I'm going to listen to some stuff. So I listened to Joan Jett again, and I listened to the Beastie Boys because those records were both like sticking out to me. John's not dead. Jill's caring for his wounds at home. John did just get lots and lots of ink done. I have not seen it yet. No. I'm looking forward to seeing it tomorrow. But yeah, so that's part of why John is not here. Actually, that might be the only reason John's not here. Oh, I'm getting a tattoo, so I don't want to. Yeah. Yeah. Doesn't want the micro. He got a chest tattoo. He didn't want the microphone rubbing against it, I guess.
Yeah. It would get all like gooey.
Yeah.
No one needs that. It would. No one needs that.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, he could have wore a hoodie and put it on the hoodie.
He could.
But it's also.
It's gonna get warm in here.
It is getting. I mean, we got the fan on at least.
The fan helps a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fans work, and in between, in the song breaks, we'll have the AC on, I'm sure, but as we typically do during the summer. Yeah. I was like sitting here just, how am I going to plug in my AC? Because last year, John can't wear a shirt. Last year, I was plugging it right into the wall over here. Mm-hmm. But this year, I've already got stuff. I've already got two power strips basically plugged in there.
Yeah.
And I don't want to plug a power strip into a power strip, and I don't want to plug an AC into a power strip because it will overload the power strip. So I was like, what do I do? And I had this, I was running for a little while. We had an overhead light in a softbox. And I was running in one of those orange electrical cords, like extension cords up to it to be able to run it. So I was like, hey, I don't need that softbox anymore because I figured out what the problem was with the light we're currently using for an overhead light. So I was like, I have this orange cable, extension cable. So I went out, I got one of those 2-prong adapters. Yeah. Plugged it in over here to the old original outlet and ran that to the air conditioner. Got plugged in over. So I'm like, all right, cool. Now I can be nice and cool in here because it does get super, super, super warm in here because of all the equipment running. Yeah. Walls are basically padded. So Jill told Jasmine to get a car. Jasmine said her aunt just said she'd pay for driving school, so she'll be calling tomorrow.
That's awesome.
Mark says, great logo for today. I did see your happy World Parrots Day.
Yeah.
I saw that. which I learned the difference between a parrot and a macaw today.
Yeah.
Because I'm like on, you know, the stock photo site. I'm like, wait, are these parrots or are these parrots? And I'm like, I looked and it's like, this is an eastern macaw. I'm like, is that a parrot?
I had thought that macaws were a kind of parrot.
Maybe they are. Because I seen like
Mark might know.
Because I saw another one that was like, you know, that was like, it was the same bird, same type of bird, but it's like, this is a parrot.
Oh.
I'm like, I don't know. So I just went with one that specifically said, this is a parrot. So I'm like, that's a parrot.
Yeah.
I'm going to use that in the thumbnail. So they're discussing driving school. Jasmine, you'll be happy to know that Madison just got a car today.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. That's awesome. Good for her.
So she's ahead of both of us right now.
Yeah. All of us.
All of us, yeah. Yeah, including you. Well, you can't drive for medical.
Yeah.
Technically, I can't.
mean, okay, seizures aside, I probably shouldn't be behind the wheel. I have hit buildings. When I lived in a trailer in Wright's Corners, I remember taking the stairs off
Macaws
of the front door.
are a species of parrot.
Oh, okay.
Perfect.
Beautiful.
So I could have used that.
I came home and pulled in the carport and hit the stairs. And it's late at night. I'm trying to sneak in the house without waking Mom up. And I'm pushing the stairs back in front of the door. She goes outside for her morning cigarette. And she's like, Corina, what the fuck did you do?
I mean, isn't your mom the reason my railing is bent on my front porch? I backed my car mirror into my grandma's house.
We've all...
So, yeah, I've done that too. But, you know, technically I am not medically cleared to get a license. So
But you're working on it.
I'm working on it.
Yeah.
So, you know, hopefully. But yeah, her mom called me as we were sitting here and she's like, "Oh, she just got a car. Just wanted to let you know." Like,
That's
oh,
really cool though.
That's cool. She's like, "Now you can just start bugging her to go places." I'm like, "Yeah, I've already been bugging her to come to see my band play at Timeless Babes on your birthday."
Yeah. Maybe she'll go.
Maybe. I've been texting her like, "Hey, you know, all ages show."
Yeah. Did you invite her to the prom?
I did not.
Well, invite your daughter to the
She's
prom.
probably working. It's a Friday night. She's probably working next Saturday, too.
Well,
she didn't even respond to me about my show, so why am I going to ask her about another one?
They're both your shows.
This is true.
This is true.
This is true.
I got you there.
I don't know. I read an article in some online magazine, and I wasn't mentioned until the last paragraph. So I.
Yeah, that was when I first mentioned Good Things, I think. Yeah. So 1120 Press, which is a Buffalo online magazine, interviewed me. My new friend Matt Smith, who is hopefully going to make it to the prom. He gave me a short interview over email. And it is published along with some details about how some local bands can get involved in the punk rock prom by donating to our prize pool any kind of merch that you have sitting around. Any bands that do donate to the merch pool, to the prize pool, will get a free ticket, excluding the bands that are playing. They all get in for free anyways, but
so they get nothing.
They will each get a guest. Just hopefully people actually pay to come too.
They get nothing.
They get nothing. Nothing but a good
In
time.
fact, just because they donated, I'm keeping their cut of the door. Speaking of which, I got to give you $30 to give a Cardboard Homestead because I still haven't seen them since then.
Are they going to be there?
No.
Oh.
I just
more likely that I'm going to see them than you.
Their money is literally sitting right behind you. Like.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Yoink.
No. You gave me cash at my show on the 19th, and it's sitting right in front of me. I'm gonna put it towards my rent.
Good.
Like I'm gonna throw that in with like a check for the rest of my rent. Like,
there you go.
Sorry, I happen to have cash.
Yeah. I don't know why.
I never have cash.
Yeah, that's not.
So I have cash when I'm going to shows.
Right.
Because I will make sure, like, I gotta have the cover. Like, I gotta make sure I can pay the cover fee.
Yeah.
And a lot of places will just let me in for free. But I'm just like, no, I'm paying the cover.
Right. I respect the shit out of that because some people think like, oh, I work here, or oh, I know people, I'm
Like,
special. Like, you're not special. It's $5, dude.
Like, why the fuck weren't you letting me in for free when I didn't have money?
Didn't have the $5 for the door.
Now I've got the money. I could go to all these shows. Kind of got the money. I don't really have the money, but like I could go to all these shows. Cover fee for all of us. I am going to give you a shirt out of the box before you leave.
Okay.
Because for the thing. Yeah.
Thanks.
Because like I'm trying to get rid of these shirts anyway. So
Cool, thank you.
We got like 3 left, and we're selling them for $5 at shows. So
Cool.
Oh boy, we're out $5. Yeah.
Yeah.
But before we get to the punk rock prom,
Oh yes.
Miller and the Other Sinners. This is starting. You sent me the thing, and I don't have it pulled up, and I should. But the Kaz Park concert series is starting tomorrow.
I forgot that I'm glad I sent that to you because
Jasmine's like music. Like I'm not segueing into music right now.
they're so bossy out there.
Well, Laura's not here, so Jasmine's got to do it, I guess.
Up, right?
Anyway, the Kaz Park concert series starting tomorrow. Mm-hmm. I can't go. I'm busy on Thursdays. Right. I'm kind of upset I'm not going to get to see Grosh when they play because I saw them last year at the Kaz Park concert series, Music in the Park, which is put on by the dude from Johnny Hart and the Mess. Johnny Hart. He's the guy that puts it on.
Okay.
But the one coming up tomorrow is going to be a fantastic kickoff to it. I can't go, I'm busy, but if you're available to go and you're in the Western New York area and you can get to South Buffalo, it's a free show.
That's awesome.
And it's a free show with Miller and the Other Sinners and Pharaoh. You cannot go wrong with it. If you like music, you should be at that show tomorrow if you are able.
Yeah.
I am unable.
Me too.
Otherwise, I would so be over there. I'm walking by where that takes place anyway every day, trying to lose some weight. So
You're doing good.
I am 9 pounds down from that doctor's appointment.
That's great.
This is Miller and the Other Sinners. This song is called Carve on All WNY ThinkSoJoE Show.
I will carve myself a mountain from the timber and the stone. I will carve myself from soil where the sweet fruit wants to grow. I will carve myself from heavens and the winds that howl and blow. I will carve myself from the water where the innocent blood flows. I will carve myself from reason, both the unknown and the known. I will carve myself from senses that cut deep into my bone. I will carve myself from journey, from the byway and the road. I will carve myself from bridges that no longer carry load. I will carve myself from empires and the wars that build by hand. I will carve myself from seeing death in the eyes of another man. I will carve myself from temples and the stories on the scrolls. I will carve myself from preachers and the burdens that they hold. I will carve myself from hell, from the knots of thoughts tied in my head, in the lies I told myself. Ooh, I will carve me from the crossroads and the roots of rock and roll. I will carve myself from everything that liberates my soul.
Miller and the Other Sinners on all WNY ThinkSoJoE show.
Good stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Go check them out tomorrow night for free.
For free.
At Kaz Park. That is at 6 p.m. till 9:30. And it's a great setup. It's going to be a beautiful day tomorrow.
Yeah.
Kaz Park has been, like, I've been walking around there every day just to, get some exercise, get moving almost every day.
Yeah. That's good. You got to get in shape for the dodgeball tournament.
Next Saturday.
Already?
Yeah, next Saturday.
Like, I'm off of work and everything, but I haven't even stretched.
My mom saw that there was a dog missing around the Kaz Park area a couple of weeks ago. And I was like, I happened to be at Walmart at the time, so I was nowhere near home or the park. Wasn't sure if I was gonna go for a walk, and my mom's like, well, if you keep an eye out when you will go for your walk. I'm like, all right, I guess I'll go for a walk. So went for the walk, and the only thing I saw was like a piece of paper that said, please help us find our dog, we're devastated.
Yeah.
And I went out the next day, and I'm texting my mom. I'm like, Kaz Park, they said Kaz Park area.
Yeah.
That's anywhere around here. Like, that dog could be anywhere. And I didn't see the piece of paper on that walk. The next day I went back out. I saw the piece of paper. Yeah, John's going to dodge everything. Because he's got the new chest tattoo, so he doesn't want to get hit in it. So he's going to be extra careful dodging everything next week.
So who is our team? It's 4 people, right?
I don't know. It was 4 teams.
4 teams.
I think we're all on a team together. I don't know, because Greg was originally like, well, it's all going to be random, and then like people were complaining about it, so he's like, well, okay, we're going to have teams, and these are the. So I think we're on a team, and the rest of Brain Dead are on the team, and I think some other people, I don't know.
Nick from Claymore wants to play.
Okay, he needs to contact Greg and pay the $10. So
yeah. It's gonna be worth $10.
Oh, for sure. If you want to, if you're a local musician, you want to play dodgeball with us next Saturday, contact Greg Bird at FTMP Productions, events, whatever it is, and he will, give him $10 and he will sign you up.
There's gonna be free water, free Gatorade, free snacks, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
We're all gonna end up taking the ibuprofen and putting our feet up at the end of this, but...
Well, so anyway, I'm telling my mom about all this, right? She's like, I'm sorry, I'm just looking for where you sent me that list of the bands that are playing on this park series.
Oh, it was further up than that.
Was it before the Rick Astley shirt I bought this morning and the Menomina yesterday?
I think it was yesterday.
But this was from a couple of days.
Hilarious.
That was from a couple of days ago, and then you told me about the Simpsons trivia night I can't go to.
Jeez, weird. When did I tell you about that? One of us can just look it up.
Probably.
We could have Googled it by now.
I'm sure. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see it in the messages.
Yeah, I don't know.
But anyway.
Apparently we message each other too much.
Yeah, I guess. But so anyway, so my mom, I saw the sign for the dog on an ice cream shop on my way to the park.
Okay.
But I didn't see the sign in the park, so I'm like, I wonder if they found the dog, and came and took down the sign that was in the park, and so I pulled up the Western New York Lost and Found Pets, and I'm like, I found the post about the dog, and it's like, we found the dog, she's home.
That's so good.
So I text my mom. I'm like, yeah, the dog's home. She's like, oh, I'm so glad that they got their dog back, and I'm so glad that you're trying to lose weight and walking around the park. I'm like. Or you're trying to get healthy and you're trying to walk around the park. I'm like, yeah, I'm just trying to be a smaller target for dodgeball. And then my mom, then she goes, hey, are you involved at all in the South Buffalo Porch Fest? I said, as a matter of fact.
As a matter of fact.
And at that time, we didn't know when we were playing. We had an inkling of where we were playing because we specifically requested a porch.
A certain porch.
And that porch specifically requested us. So we knew.
Go figure.
We knew where we were playing. We didn't know what time, but now we do know.
Yeah.
Saturday, January, what the fuck?
January, you're pushing it.
It's so warm, I kind of wish it was January.
Right.
But anyway, June 24th.
Yes.
We are playing at 112 Wayand Avenue in South Buffalo at 3 p.m.
3 p.m., okay.
Which means you can go see, and I can go see,
right?
all the bands I want to see before us. I like that we are like late in the day, like towards the end of the day. But we're also early enough where once we get done, we can just throw the gear in my house and go down to Rapids Theater if we're able to.
Yeah.
And catch XM Priory that same night. So
I'm really hoping to be able, who am I kidding? This is like 2 weekends in a row that I'm asking for a day off. I'm the night and weekend manager.
Well, I mean, you got a week in between
I do.
Dodgeball and Porch Fest.
I do.
But
So I might make my 40 hours that week.
yeah, 3 p.m. At 112 Wayand in South Buffalo.
I feel like I've been there before.
June 20. Yeah, it sounds familiar.
It does.
I think maybe I saw a band at Porch Fest last year.
Maybe.
So my mom's asking me about Porch Fest, and I'm like, yeah, we're playing, we're probably playing, and we're, Shirley's volunteering the porch. And what do you mean she's volunteering the porch? I mean, she's offered to let them use the porch for Porch Fest. And then I reminded my mom that it was last year, while I was on my way home from seeing some bands, that I mentioned I'm going home to see this girl playing on the porch.
Right.
And she thought I was talking about like a little kid playing with toys.
Aww.
I'm like, no, Mom, a full-grown adult playing a guitar
Yeah.
and singing on my porch, which I think Green Schwinn played before her, and I was like specifically like,
Taking your time to get home?
I mean, like a couple hours, like they played, and then there was like an hour in between. But I went and saw Karma Queen and stuck around and saw a couple of fucking assholes, I think is the name of the band.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they were fantastic. And I actually, I kind of took the long way home because I was trying to buy some ice cream, but the place was closed that day because their freezer fucking broke or something.
What?
So, which was crazy because it was like right up the street from the house where I saw Karma Queen. So like, I'm hot, I'm out of water, I am going to go to this ice cream place that Google is telling me is right here.
Yeah.
And I walk by and it's like, nope, sorry, we're closed for the day. Like, fuck. So I walked the long way home so I could go buy Tops and grab a water on the way home.
Yeah.
And those dudes, a couple of fucking assholes that I had just seen play on this street,
Yeah.
were setting up by what's the gangster themed pizza place over here?
Shit. What is
Right?
Fuck. Damn it. We're gonna Google that on the next song.
I want to say Goodfellas, but that's the
It's
place
not
in Niagara
Goodfellas.
Falls. Yeah, I can't think of the name of the place, but they're setting up right
Wise
there.
Guys.
Wise Guys.
Wise
Yeah.
Guys.
They're setting up right at Wise Guys, so I stopped and I'm like, didn't I just see you guys? They're like, oh yeah, man, thanks for coming, thanks for support. And I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna go see this other artist now on my porch. Like, oh, she's great, We got to talking and we were talking about podcasts because his girlfriend, the dude in the band, his girlfriend runs a podcast.
Sweet.
Of course, I kind of run a podcast, and so Laura's
Laura.
back, says John looks different. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, so South Buffalo Porch Fest. I haven't really had the chance to enjoy the full day of Porch Fest because we were supposed to play in 2020, but shit happened and
Right.
shit didn't happen. So, and then 2021 was the first year that my landlady volunteered our porch, but we had a wedding to go to.
That's right.
So we didn't get to see the Spud played on our porch. We missed Spud.
Seriously?
We got home.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, we got home and there was a DJ performing on our porch. And then last year was the day of Madison's graduation. So
Yeah, so yeah, it'll be a good one this year, though.
unlike her ex-stepmother, I actually wanted to go to that graduation. So, and I'm telling the story because everybody's like, how is she old enough to be a high school graduate? You know, like, because I moved in here when she was like 8.
Right.
So, I'm just telling the story of like, I didn't go to my second ex-wife's graduation because she graduated in her 20s. I didn't go see her. I didn't go to her graduation because it was the same night the Violent Femmes were playing Thursday in the Square.
And you probably would never get another chance to see them, right?
And I'm like, when am I ever going to get a chance to see the Violent Femmes? And the answer was like 2021. We saw them with like Flogging Molly.
Yeah. It was a really good show, though.
Which I once again have tickets to Flogging Molly, or is it the other one?
Dropkick Murphys.
Okay, I get them confused. I've seen both of them a million times, and it's been the same show every single time.
That's only kind of true.
So I get confused. Yeah, okay, so fair enough. The last time I saw both of those bands was in a venue with really shitty sound.
That's true.
Where apparently the sound is good enough to make people think there's gunshots being fired and trample other people on their way out the door.
Oh, jeez.
But that's neither here nor there.
No.
But that venue's still closed, so good.
Yeah.
It shouldn't have been a venue in the first place, let alone... with the lack of security, and they literally had one of the doors open for people to get out.
Yeah.
It's a terrible tragedy. Could have easily been prevented. But, that was months ago, so.
Right.
But it's, every time I see those bands, it's like, I am not there for that band. I am there for whoever is opening for them. Like, we saw one of them, and it's like, ooh, Me First and the Gimme Gimmes is playing. I want to go to this.
Yeah.
And then the other one was like, ooh, the Bomb Pops are playing. I want to go to this. And this time it's like, ooh, the Interrupters are playing. I want to go to this. Or, the time before those times was like Social Distortion's playing this.
Rancid played with
Dropkick. It's like, I'm always there to see the other bands. Yeah. And, Ryan McEnany, loves to fuck with me about this because he's like, how do you hate these bands? I'm like, I don't hate these bands. I'm just over these bands.
Yeah.
They
have both been around for the longest time, doing the same thing for the longest time.
Quite honestly, if you've seen one of them once, you have seen both of them 100 times.
They have different songs, Joe.
I understand that. But it's like...
One of them has a Boston accent.
But as easily as I get them confused, to me, they sound the same.
They are similar.
I know a Flogging Molly song when I hear it. I know a Dropkick Murphys song when I hear it. But that's because I've heard these songs a million times.
I'm not sorry for putting you through them.
I'm not even blaming you. I mean, because back in the day, what's Left of the Flag was like a huge song when I used to listen to terrestrial radio. So I heard that song a million times, and I had it on playlists and burnt CDs and stuff back in the day. And Dropkick Murphys Shipping Up to Boston, right? Is like an iconic song.
That's actually one of my mother's ringtones.
So I first has Corina seen Up Yet? She gets no.
Nope.
And I mentioned to you specifically the other day that it was the anniversary of the release of that movie.
Not seeing it. Thanks, guys.
But Shipping Up to Boston, I first heard playing Rock Band, and then they used it in The Simpsons, and I'm like, and they've used it a few times now in The Simpsons.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I know that song. I like that song, and I know Rose Tattoo is the Dropkick Murphys. The Worst Day Since Yesterday is Flogging Molly. I know the songs because I know the songs.
Yeah.
But if I didn't know who wrote those songs and you played one of them for me, I would probably be I would have a 50-50 shot.
Yeah. I mean, there are other Irish punk bands too.
And they all sound exactly like those two.
No.
They absolutely do. We've seen some of them.
Yeah, we have.
One of them opened for Dropkick Murphys.
And what was the fucking band? What was their name?
I don't remember.
I don't
but
remember
it
either.
was that
feel
Bomb
horrible
Pop
about
show
it. Yeah.
in Rochester because I remember we went with your cousin because your cousin loves the Dropkick Murphys.
Yes.
Absolutely loves them. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm here for the Bomb Pops.
Yeah.
I can literally go home after the Bomb Pops if I had a ride.
My cousin is actually bringing his son to his first Dropkick Murphys show at the Interrupters show.
Which I will be at for the Interrupters.
I am excited for...
Fifth time seeing the Interrupters.
Fifth time already?
Fifth?
Yeah, you've got a couple on me.
I saw them at Warped Tour. I saw them with Brandon. I saw them because I never heard of them until Brandon was like, "Oh yeah, I'm over by the main stage and the Interrupters are about to play." I'm like, "I'll come hang out with you." And they played, and I'm like, "Yo, this band's actually pretty good." And then Meredith and I ended up giving Brandon a ride home. And Brandon's like, "Yeah, they're so good, and they're signed to Hellcat Records, and Tim Armstrong does some stuff with them, and like damn, dude." And then like when I saw them, I think the next time was, when was the next time was when our first real
shebang.
Real official date, I guess.
Yeah.
Because we saw them in Rochester at Montage. We bussed up there and we went to the Strong Museum.
Strong Museum of Play. It was a great day.
That was the Regrets opened that show, right?
Yeah, they were
and
pretty good.
Lucky 33. That was when we met Lucky 33 out of Syracuse.
Wow.
Whose cassette tape I have over here somewhere. I just dumped a coconut refresher all over my phone while driving. I'm out.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. See you later, Jill.
Yep. See you later. See you tomorrow. Anyway. And then I saw that. So that's two. I saw them at Warped Tour with you.
Yeah.
And then I saw them with Brian because you were sick and couldn't go.
Right.
And Brian had an amazing time.
Yeah, and he didn't think he was going to like him that much.
Brian fell in love with Masked Intruder.
Yes.
As did I.
Yes.
Which I already was like familiar with them because you were always listening to
Stick 'em Up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were always listening to that song, so like I bought Masked Intruder 3 on vinyl at that show. And then I was listening to it one day, I'm like, I need Masked Intruder 1 and 2. And I bought both of those, and then I got their Christmas EP, and I got another EP of like demos, and like
that's cool.
I'm just like, yeah, fucking Masked Intruder. All right, cool. I got the Love and Other Crimes or whatever that album is called. I got a copy of that. Brian later got a copy of that, but Brian got the one after they made them change the cover because it was too similar to art from the Garbage Pail Kids.
Oh, cool.
Later on in the timeline, Green Jello actually hired the dude who did the Garbage Pail Kids stuff to do the Garage Band Kids album art.
That's cool.
So
that's cool.
I've got a couple of Garage Pail Kids inspired record covers in my collection. Laura's disappointed that John is safe.
I'm...
I mean, if you watch our reels...
Yeah.
Or like our TikTok or whatever. Like,
I saw the Poi one.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I watched that several times. Like it came up yesterday, like as I was just mindlessly scrolling through like Facebook Reels or whatever they call them.
Yeah.
And it just came up and I'm like, I'm just going to watch this again. And every time I see it, I'm just like, ha ha ha, give that man this contest is over. Give that man the $10,000.
Always with the Simpsons reference.
Of course. And I can't go to Simpsons trivia. I'm not allowed.
You're not allowed. I just think you should come to your prom. You'll regret it if you don't.
I've been told that you will find me and drag me to prom by my beard if I go to Simpsons trivia. I've got people who want to make a team. I'm like, I could so do this, and
I had to threaten you.
I could so do this. I could hook up with some Simpsons fans. I could get Turtle to come with me. Like,
get Turtle to come to the prom.
Nobody's gonna stop us if we do flashing lights. Can't do it.
Oh.
He can do it, but his wife cannot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
she's that sensitive. That really sucks.
Yeah, like that's been a like that's why they haven't come to see Living Brain Dead at all, is because they're like,
well, maybe Porch Fest would be a good time.
Porch Fest might be a good time if we don't use lights.
What time of the day are you playing?
3 o'clock.
Maybe you could not use lights so she could come.
We might not use lights.
That would be really cool so she could come.
So we're playing Timeless Babes on June 9th, and I went to Timeless Babes for that Last Rain show a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
Partly to check out the sound system and see what we were working with. But like the second band that played, they were from Pennsylvania, and they turned off all the lights, at least like where they were playing. And it's like, that's cool, but like we have lights. And our lights, like we don't need an LD because we could just set them to go to the music, which is what we do in our practice spot anyway. And Jill's like, maybe I should bring a fog machine. I'm like, no, you should not. Do not bring a fog machine.
Why?
Because the sprinkler system. I'm like, that would be absolutely 100% terrible and disastrous. And I'm standing next to Joe, and I'm telling Joe this, and Sean, the sound guy, and his girlfriend's the one who owns Timeless Babes. He's just looking at me the whole time I'm saying this out loud. Don't bring a smoke machine, because he knows that'll set off the fucking sprinklers.
Yeah.
I have been at Moo June's, Paul Mary's, whatever you want to call it, in Niagara Falls, where a band brought a smoke machine and set off the fire alarm. So I'm like, please do not. That is the worst idea you've ever had. Do not.
It would look cool while it lasted.
So the lights that we have are meant to be used with a fog machine.
Okay.
But not at the expense of, thousands of dollars worth of equipment, because the sprinklers are going the fuck off.
Right.
So she was like, I have a bubble machine. I'm like, bring that.
That sounds fun.
I'm like, that would probably look cool in the lights. Bring it.
Yeah, it probably
So
will.
if you watch that video where John hits himself in the nuts with the poi balls, you see bubbles.
Oh man, I gotta watch it again. Sorry, John.
Because Jill was like going through the back of her car, and she's like, "Oh, look what I got!" Because it was like 7 o'clock on a Saturday. It was beautiful out. Because we weren't able to do Thursday, so we switched to Saturday, and it was just gorgeous out. So we're just hanging out outside after practice. Like, we were like, we should probably go home. But we're also like, man, it's nice out, and John, we're enjoying John, making faces and playing with these poi balls and inadvertently hitting himself in the nuts a couple of times, which literally after that shot, I made that Simpsons reference. Of course I did. But Jill's going through, and she's like, oh, I got my bubble machine. And she takes it out, and it's shaped like a duck.
Aww.
And I'm like, yes, definitely, please bring that to Timeless Babes. And she's like, I don't know how it'll work indoors, though, because with no wind, they just kind of fall right in front. Like, that's probably a bad idea.
Well, maybe you can bring this little guy.
Ooh, we're probably going to bring fans anyway, because it's fucking warm in there. It's gonna be like high 70s, I think, that day, or maybe low 80s or something. But it's like the first thing I said after we talked about the singer from Destroya was, Joe, we're playing here June 9th. We're playing here in June.
Yeah.
Like, I'm already like, I don't think I'm wearing my mask.
Yeah.
And I might actually break my no shorts on stage rule.
Oh, man.
I even went out, that's why I was at Walmart, I was buying shorts.
Oh.
Because I didn't have any. So I'm like, I might have to break my no shorts on stage rule. So,
well,
they're not Living Brain Dead branded like everything else I wear on stage, but
yeah.
Which we're getting photos done on Saturday, so I need to actually wear my full Brain Dead gear that I usually wear, the mask and all that. So
there you go.
No, not short shorts, Laura. Nobody wants to see that.
Who wears short?
Also a Simpsons reference, by the way. It is.
I got a couple up my sleeve.
Yeah, but so John hit himself in the nuts with a
John
pole
hit
ball.
himself in the nuts. It was good.
And he's
He took it like a champ.
He's making these faces like you should have seen him before.
Like he's so hardcore doing the poi.
Jill's like, John, why are you making such angry faces? Nobody wants Joe or Ryan in short shorts. I don't know if Ryan owns short shorts. You'd have to ask him. But he's not responding to text messages today.
I feel like Ryan might have some short shorts.
I think he might.
I'm willing to. I would put the $10 from Up on the line that Ryan has short shorts, and if he doesn't, I would get him some.
It was a year ago. I think yesterday we played with Ryan at Walmore Inn out in Niagara Falls.
Oh wow!
So we got those because I was looking. I saw the pictures from it.
Yeah.
It's like, man, we're a good-looking band. We were then. We're even better looking now.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get like double good-looking because we're gonna have Katie and Jill playing a song on Saturday.
I don't know how the stage is gonna handle that.
It's
that much badass.
To be fair, the first time we played Tudor, Katie played on the floor. So, see, Laura says you need to see Up to get the $10 so you can wager the $10.
Not happening.
It's such a good movie.
I will take your word for it.
You're so mad at Rick Astley because he won't give it to you, but you don't want to watch it. I don't understand.
Yeah.
We got to play music.
Oh, it's music time.
We're past time.
So what do we got this time?
Saturday night is Friday night is the punk rock prom.
Yeah.
Go ahead, tell us about the punk rock prom.
Okay, punk rock prom. We have Kaiser Soze as master of ceremonies. We will have Abandoned Trains, BastardBastardBastard, and the Clockers. We will also have a backdrop for photos made by Bad Penny Chop Shop, our friend Doug Life. And there will be photos for about an hour with our wonderful Meredith Snow of Snowfall Photography.
I get to see her twice this weekend.
That doesn't stop. She's
shooting us on Saturday.
What else? There's going to be prizes for Best Dressed and Punk Rock Royalty. There's going to be honorable mentions. So prizes are going to include a bar tab, the crowns for the royalty, and worn 6-packs of PBR for honorable mentions. Which
we showed what those crowns look like last week. Looked like before Corina got a hold of them last week on the show.
Yeah.
She's got them now. They're in her possession.
I got them. They're. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this one. I don't know how I'm gonna make that more punk rock. But this one, I can do this. I can do this. Get out that hot glue gun and some spike studs.
That is 7 p.m. Friday at Mohawk Place. It's $10. It's 18 and up with ID.
Yeah, we usually do 21 and up, but this seemed like a good time to break that precedent.
Because, I mean, if anybody wants to go to a prom, it's people who just went to a prom.
Hey, they already have their clothes for the prom.
I guess. I don't know what the hell I'm wearing. I might just show up in regular clothes.
I mean, your regular clothes are fairly punk rock.
So
I
don't know. I was thinking
dress for the prom.
I was thinking of dressing nice, and then I'm like, it's gonna be fucking hot.
It's gonna be hot.
I don't like being hot.
No, but it's gonna be a really good time. Bring your cameras or whatever photo devices you have.
Laura says suit.
Suit.
No, see, I've already yelled at my cousins.
Cut the sleeves off.
So I've already yelled at my cousins, right? Because my cousin Joe and my cousin Sam, they both got married in the summer, and they both got divorced shortly thereafter. I'm like, y'all made me wear a suit for nothing in this fucking heat. My cousin Ryan, on the other hand, I got the save the date for his wedding. It's in December. I'm like, yo, he's got the right idea.
Yes.
Whether I'm gonna go or not, because that was the first time he'd ever messaged me on Facebook was to get my address.
Oh, really?
I love my cousin. I do. I love all my cousins. They are wonderful fucking people. But I haven't talked to Ryan in years.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'll probably go to support him and his fiance, but
in this endeavor.
Look like I'm going to a job interview at a bank, so I'll tell a bank story when we get back. Remind me.
Okay.
But we're gonna play Bastard. And this song is called Diseased on All WNY. ThinkSoJoE Show. Bastard, Bastard, Bastard on all WNY Think So Joe show.
Yeah, I'm so excited about Friday.
Why don't local bands get radio airplay, terrestrial radio airplay anymore, anyway? Bastard, Bastard, Bastard. Can't you just hear Steve K on the edge? Like, oh, we're going to play the new track from Bastard, Bastard, Bastard. I can say that. They can't.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, Laura mentioned the bank.
Yeah.
We were... Actually, I don't even know if I could tell this story, so I'm not going.
Gosh.
Anyway, I don't want to get anybody in trouble, so...
Use aliases.
I mean, I can't because it involves people. Anyway, but...
All right, we'll save that for after the statute of limitations is up.
I guess.
All right.
Nobody did anything illegal, but...
Okay.
Yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
That's you know, I've always criticized people who do that, where they're like, oh, I saw a dead body once. Oh, I don't want to talk about it. I literally had an interview that went that way.
That is awful.
Like, okay, great. And then the dude was just like, didn't want to talk about anything really. So it's like, why the fuck are you doing this interview?
Yeah.
I've had a couple of interviews like that. Can't think of the guy's name off the top of my head. We did one on Board Wrestling Fan. The dude at the time was like the NWA World Junior Heavyweight Champion or something. Mike keeps donating to the show every week. Thanks, Mike.
Oh, that's nice.
But who the fuck was the wrestler? He went on to do some shit in Japan. But like, we had him on the show, and he just gave one-word answers the whole time.
Oh.
It's like, yeah, dude, this is a great interview.
Thank you for your time.
And just like, for the longest time, I'm like, no, I don't want to, I'm not going to watch this dude shit because he's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
He's actually a good talker and he's actually a good wrestler. I can't think of what the fuck his name is though.
Yeah.
Because again, he's had success in Japan, not necessarily in the U.S. But I've seen him on some of the Japanese shows and stuff like this. So I'm like, this is the dude that was only giving us one-word answers? What the fuck?
That sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah. No, basically we somehow had the keys to a bank vault.
Oh, shit. That's kind of crazy.
I mean...
Everything is in its place.
Yeah, I mean,
Nobody actually broke a law. You just had the opportunity to, and we're better people.
probably could have had we wanted to. But
you're better than that.
We are better than that. Anyway. Yes.
Speaking of such things, have I told you about these kids that I work with? They're all 16, 17 years old, and they put on the old school hip hop. And I have like the proudest moments. They put on Fuck the Police all the time. And when they put on music, I'll be like, you guys need to watch the language. This is a family establishment. We need to not have N-bombs. We need to not have F-bombs. But then they put on that song.
But
like,
Jim's on Chippewa does it. You are the only person I can make that reference to and they would understand.
Oh my gosh, it was awful. It was so awful. It was just so loud. You couldn't even order. You had to shout your order.
Yeah.
But yeah, so they put on Fuck the Police, and I'm like, you guys need to turn this up. And we have our bonding moments over things like Wu-Tang.
I think that's in my set list for my in my little track listing for when I do my DJ debut stuff.
There you go.
Eventually.
You want to do 90s night?
Throwback night.
Throwback? Okay.
So it's going to be like late 80s, 90s, and early 2000s.
Okay.
Because I'm like, man, what about this song? Oh, that came out in 2000. What about this song? Oh, it came out in 2001. That song came out in 2003?
Yeah.
Oh, man, that song came out in 1989. Damn it, so it's like, all right, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to get late 80s, early, like all through the 90s and early 2000s. And then I could just play Rick Astley too. So 'cause that came out in like 87, I think. So
yeah. That's all just a big Rickroll conspiracy.
It's 84 and sunny, Laura.
It's 84. It's warm.
It's warm.
What's it like there, Laura?
It is 84 and sunny. It's going to be in the 80s all week.
I don't.
Low, high 70s, low 80s all week.
I'm gonna be in the kitchen or at the prom, so I'm gonna be sweating either way.
I'm gonna be trying to walk around the park.
Yeah.
I haven't in a couple of days. I just haven't had the time. But
It is not. Is it really snowing, Laura? It doesn't really snow. Is it snowing?
I don't think it's snowing.
It snows somewhere this time of year, right?
Probably.
Is that how that works?
Yes. Like in Australia, it's probably cold.
She's
So-
not there though.
Right.
She's in the UK, right?
She's in the UK.
Yeah.
It's probably
they get
closer
like
to this
close
temperature.
to our climate.
Yes.
Okay. Dewey.
I saw Dewey went on stream the other day,
Yeah.
and I almost
Hi, Dewey.
jumped into his chat just to be like, "Hey Dewey, tell us about the barbecue. Talk about the barbecue. Hey Dewey, read this. Hey Dewey." It's just all the shit he usually does in my chat.
Yeah.
But I was like, I don't fucking feel like getting out of bed. I think he was like on in the middle of the afternoon, but I had woken up super late or I took a nap or something, as I tend to do.
Naps
So-
are good.
Naps are wonderful. And yeah, I saw Dewey is now live on Twitch, and I was like, ah, man, I should go fuck with him.
Dewey, who is a recent college grad.
Yes.
Congratulations, Dewey.
Yes.
Awesome.
But yeah, I do tend to take naps. I'll probably take one tonight before I start work.
I want a nap. I'll just drink my Monster.
And yeah. Well, I haven't been drinking Pepsi, so when I do, it actually like has the intended
Oh,
effect
that's
now.
really cool.
So
I drink Pepsi like when I don't want caffeine. That's like my regular liquid.
I drink this thing full of caffeine when I don't want caffeine.
It's not this full of
It's
caffeine.
not that full.
This full. Yeah.
So I've basically cut out Pepsi. I allow myself one per day, but I don't usually drink one.
That's really impressive.
Pepsi sugar is bad.
Pepsi sugar is delicious.
It's not sugar. It's high fructose corn syrup. Unless you get the Mexican Pepsi. Mexican Pepsi still got real sugar.
Yeah. Does it
And the
taste
Mexican
better?
Coke. Yes.
All right.
Like when I was drinking Pepsi, I would sometimes just buy the bottles of Mexican Coke because you
Yeah.
can buy them around
Yeah.
here. I would just buy them because they had the real sugar. And it's like, yo, this is awesome. But yeah, I've basically stopped drinking Pepsi. How does your band justify 2 singers now, as in do that? I have no idea what they're planning.
I'm so disappointed I can't go.
Dewey's going to be in
so
Philly,
great.
so he can. I don't know what the plan is. I am literally like just showing up and playing my set.
Yeah. Doesn't really change what you play, huh?
It has no effect on anything I do. Except maybe I can just focus on playing guitar instead of singing backing vocals on that
Maybe.
track. But which would be great because, you know, I have switches while I'm doing backing vocals, and it's like I gotta back away from the mic and hit the foot switch.
Yeah.
Which I'm trying to get everything automated, but I need a drummer who could play to a click first. Sorry, John. I need to teach John to play to a click because I don't want another drummer.
Right.
John is stuck with me for life. But I will eventually help him learn how to play to a click, and we will eventually be able to automate things like my foot switch and Joe's foot switches and lights and,
Yeah.
you know, backing tracks and stuff too. But for now, you know, I have to actually click foot switches, and yeah, life and death, me and John. Yeah.
Aw.
Yeah, John's stuck with me for life or until he pays me back. Which is probably going to be life.
For life.
So. He needs to play to a click so I can automate my pedal so I don't have to focus on that while I'm trying to sing and play at the same time. Tool doesn't play to a click. I have a hard time believing that Tool doesn't play to a click.
I don't know. I never thought about it.
I haven't been to a Tool concert. I don't know, and you can't take video at Tool concerts, so there's not a lot out there. So I don't know, like, how, if they're doing video wall stuff or, you know, automated light. I'm sure they have an LD who's handling lighting, but like how they do their video, if they have video walls, but I can't imagine that Tool doesn't, one, use backing tracks, and two, use a video wall. Because that just seems like something Tool should do if they don't.
Right.
So I can't imagine that they're not playing to a fucking click. Literally all the major bands are playing to clicks now because they all have video walls that have to sync up with the music and, you know, automated lightings and all that. All real people that have to do it all on the fly. All right, I'll take your word for it.
They do both. And sometimes they fuck up. It is true. Sometimes they fuck up, and that makes for an interesting show.
I remember I went and saw, the first time I saw Alice Cooper was Alice Cooper and Rob Zombie.
Ooh.
And Alice Cooper didn't have any video stuff, but Rob Zombie did. And I'm watching all the video stuff. And it was the first time that I'd really seen anything like that in person.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, how do you do that? And I didn't think about it's because they're playing to a click. And it's all automated and it's all, you know... and when they fuck up, Maynard calls them out for being drunk. But yeah, I do kind of miss going to shows where the bands just play at whatever fucking tempo they feel like. Because like I got that transition of like seeing Metallica in '97 for the first time, where they didn't have anything that they really had to time anything to.
Yeah.
You know, except maybe Enter Sandman, they had the, you know, the tape for Enter Sandman, the Now I Lay Me Down to Sleep. But is Corina a Taylor Swift fan? Remember, there is only one answer.
I don't even know enough Taylor Swift to know. Like, honestly.
But anyway, so like you'd see Metallica and they just play at whatever fucking speed they want. And then as you like see them more and more and they progress and they get into like more of the video stuff, you know, it's like, oh, yep, now they got to play at that speed. So... show is way cooler with Corina here. I'm telling John you said that.
Thanks, Dewey. I do what I can to bring the cool factor.
But yeah, I was just like, I was trying to figure out how they did that, not thinking like, oh, they play to a click and it's, you know, it's already like they're playing to the video isn't playing to them. Like, Corina laughs, John doesn't laugh.
John doesn't laugh?
John
I never noticed that about him.
John looks like a deer in the headlights. No, John got so much better since that first show. You remember that first time John filled in and he's just like...
Yep.
the whole time. Now he's just like... the one time he left the hall door open and I had to go get Reese out of the front hall. Out of the living room. And John's just sitting there like... He's like, yeah, now this is my show. And he goes to grab one of my guitars and he just hears Reese scream.
I saw
and
that.
He just goes, what the fuck?
Yep, that's what you get, John.
I thought I was going to have to take Reese to the vet. She's good now.
She's good now. That's what's...
I bought a cat carrier. I'm like, yo, that'll be here Monday, or that'll be here Tuesday. Yeah. The vet will be open Tuesday. And she's better now, so I don't need to take her.
That's good. And that makes me really happy.
And I have a cat carrier now.
Even though Reese is a bitch.
She is.
She is, as we say, bitches. She still, I'm glad that she's doing better.
Laura counted the amount of words John said on that first show. It was less than 100 words.
Wow.
No, Dewey, it was not.
Rob Zombie carrier.
She said it, not me.
Oh. Sorry.
Somebody said that because you're not a Taylor Swift fan, we need to cancel you.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Is that Laura? Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I don't even know enough.
If she were here earlier, she could have asked you that when Steph was here.
That would have been relevant.
And Steph could have canceled you.
Oh shit! When's the barbecue again?
Fuck. I don't know. Ask Leland because it was his idea. Not mine.
Where'd you go? One of these days, there's gonna be a barbecue. You know what? Maybe the next Good Things event, big to do, should be a barbecue.
Well, I mean, the next thing is dodgeball after the prom.
Right.
Are we an events company or are we a high school?
We are an events company that really misses high school.
I guess. Our first 2 events are a prom and a dodgeball tournament.
I didn't really think about that. So come on out to the Boys and Girls Club and watch some dodgeball.
Laura's not eating meat until October. Can you come to what? Leland's barbecue?
Well, we can wait till October. We can have a nice brisk autumn cookout.
Buy your Living Brain Dead water bottle. Shop.livingbraindead.com.
And your ThinkSoJoE merch.
ThinkSoJoE merch. Merch.thinksojoe.com.
Yep. Or you can tip.
And your punk rock threads at punkrockthreads.com.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good shirt.
I gotta come up with some more shirts. Maybe some Pride shirts. It's Pride Month tomorrow.
Yeah. You know, I couldn't find my Pride shirt, my Living Brain Dead Pride shirt.
I'm already lit up in here for Pride.
You are. It's beautiful.
Yeah, my rainbow tie-dye keyboard lights going, and my mouse is rainbow.
Yeah, it all matches.
My desk lights are rainbow.
Yeah.
She wants Corina's cookies merch. Well, we don't have that anymore because she stopped.
I have one. I don't know if anybody else has one, but I have one.
I asked when I was moving over to the new server with the merch, and I was like, "Do you want to keep Corina's cookies merch?" And you're like, "Nope." Like, okay,
yeah,
cool.
I haven't really done cookies in a hot minute.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, I have a lot of people demanding cookies lately. And I'm like, it's getting warm out, and you guys are demanding cookies. Like, this is not oven weather.
All I've been, my snacks have been ice cream.
Ice cream.
I've been eating. I go for a walk. I come home. I have an ice cream cone.
Like a Nutty Buddy?
No, like vanilla and a cake cup.
Actual.
Yeah.
Oh, that doesn't sound bad.
First time I did it, I'm like, how the fuck do you do this? Because I'm trying to do it with the ice cream scoops. I'm trying to get all the ice cream in the cake cup.
Yeah.
And it's like, this doesn't work.
No.
So I eventually realized, no, you just put small amounts in first and then put a scoop on top.
Yeah, it is an art.
So somebody is weed whacking outside. They apparently don't realize it's Wednesday. It's 6 p.m. Anyway.
Dewey, I'm enjoying you.
I tolerate him. Okay, it's 7:25 p.m., but we're still on the air. You know, I should go. I should buy a weed whacker because I'm pretty sure it's the dude that owns the radio station. I should buy a weed whacker and just go by his house while he's on the air.
Right?
But yeah.
Yeah.
Thought about that a few times. It's okay. I get revenge on the 24th.
Yes, you do.
Like, yo, you guys are way too fucking loud for me during the day, so now I get to be way too fucking loud for you.
Yep.
Y'all need earplugs? I don't think Shirley knew what she was getting into when she booked us on the porch.
It's going to be really cool, though.
Yeah.
Why whack your weed when you can give it to me? Aw, little share. Oh my gosh, remember how you guys were talking about those mushroom candy bars?
Yes.
Okay, I haven't had one yet, but I've definitely had one handed to me. But I was like, not ready for this today. Yeah, so
I'm aware that's your birthday, Dewey. You commented that yesterday when we announced it. Yeah. But yeah, like, no, I'll be sitting here like doing voiceovers. This dude will be out like mowing the fucking lawn. I'm like, who the fuck mows the lawn at 10 a.m. on a Thursday? Like,
that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like trying to fucking work and I'm just like, and luckily I'm using dynamic mics so they don't pick up anything. I'm just like, oh, good, I can still work.
That is good.
I just got to put my headphones on or else I'm distracted by the noise outside.
Yeah.
So I've been dealing with customers lately that just like can't handle being ignored for 5 minutes.
Oh, jeez. Needy.
So like they'll be like, oh, I sent you a message. Hey, did you get my message? Hey, why aren't you responding to my message? And like every time they do, my phone lights up.
Oh.
And the way my studio is set up, my phone charger is right in front of me.
Yeah.
So I see anytime my phone lights up. So I never say this to them, but every time they do this, I'm just like, I'd get to your shit faster if I wasn't distracted every 5 fucking seconds.
Yeah.
By you asking me when you're getting your shit. Real ThinkSoJoE show fans use the Discord. I don't even know the address of the Discord. I think you could get it from ThinkSoJoE.com. I'm sure Leland's probably posted it a million times. So
the chat is just blowing up.
Yeah.
If you're not in the chat, get in the chat. Come on.
Yeah.
Where's Jasmine?
Yeah, right. She got quiet.
Got quiet.
She went. She
fell asleep.
Yeah, anyone who wants the Discord address, go to Leland and go into the Discord. See the rules that Dewey set, because apparently I don't know how to fucking use Discord.
I don't know what Discord is.
I honestly don't know how to use Discord. I like the only reason I use Discord is because the band started doing their group chat on Discord.
Oh.
Because Joe suggested it, because that's how his other band does it.
Oh.
And I was like, what's the difference? And he sent me a screenshot. I'm like, I see the difference. We're going to Discord.
Okay.
So, yeah, I never touched them because I don't even know, like, I don't know how to change them. And I don't know, like, I figure I don't really give a fuck because I'm never in that Discord. I'm never in that group anyway. So.
Is Corina still on Twitter? I have a Twitter. Do I check it? No. Do I know how to use it? No.
I was on your Twitter the other day.
Yeah.
Because somebody who has met Ian in the last few years, we got into a conversation about, it was actually about the night that the 2 girls came up at Good Bar. And we're fucking...
Oh, jeez.
We're like on stage with Cardboard Homestead. Because this girl was there and I was there, and she shared like a memory of it, and I'm just like, yo, I was there, and I don't remember who I was talking to, but I remember saying, I don't know what the hell's going on, but I'm pretty sure it involves a fake ID. And then I was like, but every Cardboard Homestead show I've been to at Good Bar has been fucking insane. Okay. And she said something. And then about Ian and drinking or something. So I was like, yo. So I went and found the Warped Tour bingo on your Twitter.
Oh, my gosh.
And sent her the picture of Ian shit-faced with the shit-faced lead singer card. So,
I think I made that card just for him.
Probably.
That's how that actually went. We saw people and we made cards for them instead of we made cards and saw people for them.
I think you did have cards, though, for
we
that.
did. Like, we had the Greg Burt card. We had the Nick Landers card. We knew we were going to see them.
And also the girl that didn't leave the house in this outfit card.
Yeah.
The
guy in the Hawaiian shirt.
Bands in their own T-shirt. Guy wearing a hoodie in 80-degree weather. All right, so speaking of 80-degree weather, it's going to be super fucking hot on Saturday. Yeah. So come to Tudor Lounge and take off all your clothes. I'm sure Chris won't mind.
No, he won't care.
Ryan's not even working, so he can't kick you out. He's going to the Bison's game.
Aw.
It's going to be super fucking warm in Tudor Lounge.
It's always super warm there.
And you're going to at least get to see 2 killer bands. Hopefully 3.
Hopefully 3, yeah.
We're still working on that. But we don't have anything to play for you from the Living Brain Dead right now that actually sounds anything like what we sound like now. We're working on it.
Okay.
But we do have music from VirusX.
Nice.
Niagara Falls Legends. They've been around for 40 years. I was at their 40th anniversary show.
That is just wild that they're still going. They're still rocking the place.
40 years, and they are still, I've seen them a couple of times since that 40th anniversary show. They are amazing. You can actually get their DVD if you come out to the show, their DVD, Angel Dust and Angel Dust Days.
Angel Dust Days.
You get their DVD. I have a copy. I don't have anything to play it in.
No?
But I do, but I just haven't had...
Somewhere.
I just don't have them hooked up anywhere really accessible. But anyway, this is VirusX.
Okay.
And this song is called I Paid Twice on All WNY ThinkSoJoE Show.
think I paid twice for that.
Would you like paper or plastic, sir?
I think I paid twice for that.
I'll take that off for you, sir. Have a good evening.
VirusX on all WNY ThinkSoJoE show.
Yeah.
Come see them Saturday night.
Saturday at Tudor.
$10 cover at the Tudor Lounge. 8 o'clock doors. So
Yeah.
we're probably playing at 9 o'clock, depending on who opens the show.
Yeah.
Because we were originally scheduled to play at 9 o'clock, and then they were going to play, they were going to be on at 11 o'clock with 13 Dead Canaries in between, but 13 Dead Canaries, unfortunately, a little under the weather, unable to play this weekend. So we're working on getting a third band on the bill, because as much as VirusX is like, we'll play all night, we don't want to make them do that.
They probably would enjoy it, to be honest.
I think they do
would
that.
feel it in the morning, though.
I honestly think they do it regularly. I think like when they play like Niagara Falls and they play like the Wagon Wheel.
Oh my God, that place is awful.
I'm pretty sure that they play like 2-3 hour sets.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So they literally could just play the whole damn thing by themselves if they wanted to. But I'd much rather have another band. Not that I wouldn't like to sit there and watch VirusX for
Right.
Hours on end. They are one of my favorite bands. They were one of the bands on my "these are bands I want to play with" list.
Right. Yeah.
So I don't have hair on my head, Laura.
Braid your beard.
Thought about doing that the last show. I was going to put a braid in there somewhere.
Just one?
Just one or two.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't want to put that effort in.
No.
So,
Yeah. It does sound like quite a bit of effort.
yeah. But, yeah, no, that last show was really good, man. We had Wasted Reject came up and played a song with us.
Yeah.
If I would have known you were there, I would have probably dedicated it to you. I had no idea you were there until you came up to the stage afterward.
Yeah.
Jill said she had no idea who you were when you came up to her and gave her a hug.
I kind of guessed that because she seemed really taken aback.
She said she like looked in your eyes and realized who you were. Like she knew like right after, but at first she was like, "Who is this?"
Who's hugging me? Oh God.
Yeah. But yeah, we that was a great show. So we're hoping to follow that up Saturday night, Tudor Lounge. We've kind of changed our philosophy on what gear we bring to shows,
Yeah.
and that seemed so we did Milky's, and I have never had a good experience playing at Milky's. That's nobody's fault. It's just the couple of nights that I've played there have just been bad nights.
Yeah.
But it is at a point where like Brain Dead is just like, yeah, we're not doing that again. Because we all were fucking miserable after that show. And we needed a good show, and we got that at Stamps. But a part of that was like when we played Milky's, we didn't bring amps or anything, and they don't mic anything.
Yeah.
So we're trying to run our whole sound through their,
Speak on the stick.
PA speakers that are just barely better than the ones we have.
Yeah.
So we kind of, it was kind of like we should bring amps and the in-ears. And we did that for Stamps, and it got the job done.
Yeah.
We felt so good after that show. Like we went from, this is the worst show we ever played, we have to have a band meeting,
Yeah.
to, holy shit, that show was great. Let's hang out at band practice,
cool.
She had to take a phone call, but she can see you sleepy, Corina. Is Dad boring you?
No, I really am just sleepy. I'm almost done with my monster though, so remedy on the way.
You have caffeine. I don't.
I know.
I got water in my Living Brain Dead water bottle, available at shop.livingbraindead.com. Not at a merch table, but you can buy merch at a merch table on Saturday.
And you should.
You should. Absolutely. Buy merch. We're almost done. I'm going to give you the t-shirt that we're trying to clear out.
Okay.
But the last couple of people who have bought that shirt are like, that's my favorite one.
Which one is it?
It's the Shield one.
Oh, okay.
It
is very different.
It's different, and I am not the biggest fan of it, even though I'm the one who made them and designed them. So
Yeah.
it's not my favorite. Like, I like the Shield, I just don't like it in those colors.
Okay.
But we're down to, I think, like the last 3.
Cool.
And just the last couple of people that bought them, that's the best one. And I was like, well.
Wait till you see what I'm wearing to the punk rock prom. It does feature a living brain dead patch from a t-shirt that didn't fit me. You're going to love it. You're going to love it.
Yeah, that's the thing is I know where my vest is.
Yeah.
And I know where patches I want to put on the vest are.
But they're not already on there.
It's just a matter of I got to find the space and actually take the time to put them on there.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to like catch up with all my work tonight if I can. I'm sitting here last night. This is how off my days are. I'm sitting here last night and I'm like, yeah, as soon as I'm done with this job, I'm turning off orders until Sunday because I thought it was Thursday morning.
Oh.
I realized because it was like, wait, it's May 31st and I'm turning off orders till till June 4th?
That's a long time.
Like, that doesn't make any sense. That's 5 days. Why am I taking off for 5 days? Why isn't this math adding up? And I'm like, oh, today's Wednesday. So I can work tonight. And if I want to put off some work, I can work tomorrow night. Because I don't got to be anywhere until, like, 7 o'clock on Friday? Punk rock prom.
Yeah, doors are at 7. Bands have been asking me today what time they need to be there. I'm thinking 5:36, depending on.
Probably.
There's going to be a lot of shit to help with if the bands want to get there early, honestly.
We had a little conversation with Jen the other day from Stamps.
Yeah, about the balloons.
About the balloons.
I'm not wearing a business suit to the prom. That's not happening.
What happened was Jasmine posted something about 99 red balloons, right?
Yep.
And I was like, yeah, that was, that was Jen's reaction when I literally filled Stamps with 99 red balloons.
It took way more than 99 to fill it, though.
Well, it did, but we did a show where the color was red, and we did 99 red balloons. Because it was 100 pack of balloons. I'm just like,
yeah.
I'm like, well, we'll just put this one aside. And then we blew up 99 red balloons. And Jen was like, no, I only got mad when you did the ones with confetti. I'm like, yo, that wasn't me.
Yeah, that was all me.
That was Corina.
Sorry, Jen. They looked cool for a minute.
She said they were never cool.
No, they were. They were. She's wrong.
Are they mad because we put toilet paper everywhere?
No, everybody was great and helped clean it up. Those two drunk chicks, they had a great time playing with it.
That's the thing is like, as long as you help clean up, they're cool at Stamps. Like, yeah, you can pop balloons as long as they don't got confetti in them. Just make sure you fucking clean them up at the end of the night. Like, so we definitely have bailed on Stamps with hundreds of balloons on the floor.
We learned our lesson.
Got yelled at the next time.
Yeah.
I get yelled at every time I walk in Stamps now. I don't understand why.
She doesn't yell at me, just that one
It's not
time.
Jen, it's the fucking security guard.
Oh. Which
Fucking,
one?
Short blonde hair girl.
Christy?
I don't know her name. I just know she always yells at me every time I walk into Stamps now.
What did you do wrong?
Nothing. So, okay, so like the first time I saw her, she was like, don't pee in the backstage area. I'm like, what the fuck?
Did somebody pee in the backstage area?
Apparently somebody peed in the backstage area. We're like, okay, we weren't planning on doing that, but okay, we won't.
Like indoors in the backstage area?
Indoors in the backstage.
Yeesh.
And then the next time after that we saw her, she was yelling at me about my fucking water bottle.
Really?
She's like, you can't bring that in here.
Huh.
Actually, no, I had a 7-Eleven water bottle. But she's like, you can't bring that in here. I'm like, since when?
Yeah.
I'm in the band. I need to hydrate. She's like, well, they'll give you water at the bar.
Do they give you water?
No.
No, you have to buy that water.
So I go to the bartender and I say, hey, security guard said you'd give me bottled water. She said, no. I said, I didn't think so. I said, how much? She said, it's $1. I said, okay, give me 2 of them.
Yeah.
I will pay for them. I don't mind. But like, this is the first time I've ever gotten yelled at Stamps for bringing in anything from the outside. I walk in with Pepsi all the time, like bottles of Pepsi all the time. This time I got water because I'm going on stage. I'm playing a show. I'm making money for you, and you're over here yelling at me about bringing a fucking water bottle in.
Yeah.
And I mean, we didn't get yelled at this past time, but that person wasn't working, so, you know. Random shipping information. No. Scott messaged me the other day. We were having a conversation. We were talking about clients.
Sorry. This is lame. I'm going back to Discord.
he's as he says that from the Facebook.
Yeah.
But yeah. Scott messaged me the other day. We were mutually complaining about clients, and then we got talking about like dental plans and
Adult
dental
things.
plan.
Is that a Simpsons reference?
You don't know that Simpsons reference? That's like one of the most iconic Simpsons references. Somebody in the chat, help me out. Dental plan. I'll give him a minute.
Well, I remember the episode with the dental plan.
Yes.
I remember that. I remember.
Yeah. Anyway, so Scott and I are talking about dental plans because I have one. There it is. Dewey got it.
Oh.
Dewey's a Simpsons fanatic as well.
Yeah.
You could tell just listening to Wyatt Coyne songs.
Yeah.
Hey, Ma, get off the dang roof. But anyway, it's just the absolute premium quality of life being in chat and Discord. It's just so much cooler and emanates more swagger, like 6 times the swagger. Anyway. So we're talking about dental plans. We're both talking about how we got shitty teeth and we don't want to fix them.
Oh.
Because of our jobs.
Yeah.
We're like, because like, you know, Scott's like, I got bad teeth and I want to get them fixed, but I also don't want to get them fixed because
that's just expensive.
I don't want it to change my voice or anything.
Oh, shit.
Or you know, how my S's sound or anything
That's
like that.
true.
And I'm just like, dude, same.
That is true.
I have really fucked up teeth, but luckily none of them are visible.
Yeah.
So like, until that day, which will probably come, but until that day, I am not, I have this dental plan. I just am terrified to go to a dentist because I don't want him to be like, well, you need to get teeth pulled and you need to get this done. You need to, like, no, man, I fucking talk for a living.
Yeah.
If I don't fucking, I don't know, I gotta look at my dental plan and see what the fuck what it covers. Because it's only like $12 a month compared to my $230 fucking health insurance.
Yeah.
Joe, go to the dentist.
Joe, go to the dentist.
Dewey, I know what it's like to have an abscess tooth because I had one before and people were telling me at the time, you need to go to the dentist or you will die. And that was probably true.
Yeah.
But I got that tooth removed. I played a show, but like I was getting like really just dizzy spells.
Oh, gosh.
Out of nowhere, just because of the abscess tooth. I played a show like that.
Yeah.
We had a show booked in North Collins, and I put off my dental appointment until after it.
Yeah.
And we played the show in North Collins, and I was just like, I could fucking die right now, guys.
Yeah.
But here I am, playing the show, just for you guys. I'm going next week to the dentist.
I'm glad you made it.
Yeah, me too.
To the show and the dentist.
Yeah, did I keep the tooth? I don't think so.
Do you guys keep your teeth still?
I did when I was a kid. They give you the little treasure chest.
Oh, yeah, they did. But then the tooth fairy would take it.
No, I still had teeth from when I was...
My mom kept my teeth. I don't know if she still has them.
I tried to do the tooth fairy thing one time. Madison lost a tooth when she was here, and it didn't fucking work out very well.
Yeah.
So... Joe the Voice Man died from a broken tooth heart. Yeah. No, but seriously, I did. I had an infection in my tooth, and it was causing me to have like really bad dizzy spells. It was right around the time the Simpsons movie came out.
Wow.
I know this because it was a couple of weeks before or after that the Transformers movie came out. And I saw the first Transformers movie in theaters the day it came out because I was a huge Transformers fan growing up. Then I saw that movie, I'm like, what the fuck is this? So, opened my birth mom's walled off closet once and saw all my teeth lined up. So creepy.
That is kind of creepy.
That is.
I'm gonna build a substitute Jasmine for when Jasmine's not here.
Is Jasmine's birth mom Danhausen from AEW? He collects teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is great because one of the other wrestlers is a dentist.
Oh.
So he always goes to her like, I need more teeth.
Mom's gonna pass on serial killer stuff. Words of wisdom from Dewey.
Yep. Show the prom crown again.
All right.
Crowns.
Crowns.
Both of them, the tiara too.
All right, so here's the tiara. All right, here, over this way. And here's the crown. They're not decorated yet. They're gonna get so much more punk. Satisfied? Oh, what if I get Jasmine's teeth and hot glue them to the tiara?
Dewey hopes I win both.
It's not impossible. Laura, you have to come to the prom to win.
Or you could just order it off Amazon, like I did. It's like $20. Latest Loki says there's going to be a contest for best looking.
Apparently, maybe you'll get some bubble gum with the punk rock duck on it. There might be some of those in the prize pool.
Hot glue her teeth. Let's get a voodoo over her.
Why not?
Gotta get my
We
wisdom
can just
teeth
give
out.
it hugs.
Known for years, but terrified of the dentist. So the wisdom teeth don't suck as bad as people make it out to.
I mean, it's not great.
Oh, it's the singer from Bastard. Okay.
Hi. You are a princess, Laura.
So I've gotten my wisdom teeth, and like it sucked. I couldn't talk for like a day, but I was younger, so I wasn't doing voiceovers for a living. But it was just like, yeah, it didn't suck too bad.
Mine, I don't remember the recovery so much, but I do remember being on the laughing gas. And I remember how much my mom and my sister really enjoyed me on the laughing gas.
I'm sure.
Yeah, they fucked with me. At one point, I was holding my tongue, and we were listening to the radio, so I was singing along to Backstreet Boys and holding my tongue because I couldn't feel it, and I wanted to make sure I didn't lose it.
I'm pretty sure I was like singing Snoop Dogg in the car after.
I'm glad we both had, good experiences.
I was watching. Did you ever? I've sent you some of these videos of the guy who, he's like, there, I ruined it. He plays like a backing track and plays another vocal line over it. Like, I think he was the same guy that did the Uwamana that I sent you yesterday.
That was so funny. I was at work and I opened it and I was like, I can't even explain to these kids how funny this is.
So the same guy that did that, he did a mashup of like Snoop Dogg and I forget what the other song was, but there's a reaction video of Snoop Dogg watching it.
Yeah.
It was What's My Name by Snoop Dogg, and I can't remember what the other song was. But Corina 8 of 10 needs Taylor Swift fandom, Joe 0 of 10. Joe has the Taylor Swift fandom though to make up for it.
He does. He deserves that too. That 2 that I lack. Which gives us a cumulative score of 10.
Taylor Swift Midnights.
Which
this album's
is
a
good.
banger.
Banger?
It's a banger.
It's a banger.
What is next to Taylor Swift?
What is next to Taylor Swift?
I know what this album is.
What is it?
This is Sweet.
Oh! That's a good one.
Desolation Boulevard. It's got not Blitzkrieg Bop.
Ballroom Blitz?
Ballroom Blitz on it.
Yes.
Yeah. I bought that right around the time that I performed Ballroom Blitz with On The Cinder, who we're playing in a few minutes.
Yeah,
Actually, any second now. We're playing them. It's 7:56 already.
Tell us your thoughts on calling into radio shows. I think you should do it, but you should act like you're calling into the ThinkSoJoE show.
Right. Call the radio shows, not the ThinkSoJoE show.
Call 103.3. Tell Cassie and Anthony you're calling to be on the ThinkSoJoE show.
Blitzkrieg Bop.
Jasmine, please do it.
Blitzkrieg Bop. That's a Ramones song.
Yeah.
So Ballroom Blitz is the sweet song, and I did that based off of the Wayne's World, of course. And you could get your ThinkSoJoE show, Wayne's World inspired hats.
Oh, nice.
At merch.thinksojoe.com.
There you go.
And yeah. So we're going to play one more song before we get out of here.
All right.
Am I going to have fireworks at the end of the show? No.
I can light some shit on fire.
Please don't.
Oh.
Anyway. So we're going to play one more song for you. Our dear friends, frequent collaborators on The Cinder, They are performing next weekend next week, a week from today, in Rochester at the Bug Jar. And I'm so jealous of them because I don't get to do this.
Yeah.
They're opening for Bad Cop, Bad Cop.
It's gonna be cool. Yeah.
I got their records somewhere up there.
It is.
I might throw them on.
Do you mean Bad
actually.
Cop, Bad Cop, or On The Cinder?
Bad Cop, On The Cinder's over here.
Oh.
You can get their newest edition, their newest release, Sedentary Escape, which I think this song is actually on. Yes, it is. This song is called Now What on All WNY ThinkSoJoE show. Let me tell you more about the show first. It's Wednesday, June 7th at 8 p.m. Tickets are on sale now, and they cost... See more.
That's a lot of writing.
That is a lot of writing. They don't say how much they cost, but it is 21 and up at the door, 18 plus entry with advanced ticket available at bugjar.com until 12:30 p.m. the day of the show. They don't say how much they are.
No.
This is a national band, and it doesn't say how much the tickets are. Come on, guys.
Yeah.
I don't know who booked this. Who booked this? You're in trouble.
Who booked this?
Whoever booked Angry Beard Entertainment, you're in trouble.
You're in trouble.
You should know better.
Called out.
You should know better, Angry Beard Entertainment. When
As
Good
this
Things
angry bearded man.
When Good Things Events puts on an event, we tell you how much it costs.
$10 for the prom. That's a steal. My real prom was like $35 or some shit.
Yeah,
like
it was. That's fucking ridiculous.
Right?
Mine too. What the hell is beeping? Did you hear that?
Yeah.
I don't know what that was. Okay.
All
Anyway,
right. Well, thanks for having me.
Don't call out. I'm told not to call out Doug. That's the guy. That's the guy whose name is Angry Beard Entertainment.
Your beard's
That's a
so
beard?
much angrier than his.
That's not even a beard. That's some stubble, man. What the fuck? Doug, put your damn prices on your event pages, man.
Hey,
Grow some facial hair. Anyway. This is On The Cinder. The song's called Now What on All WNY ThinkSoJoE show. I'll see you next week. I don't know who will be in the co-host chair. It won't be John.
It
but
was
I'll see
good
you
to
next
hang out,
week.
guys.
Which button? This button.
That button.
Are you goddamn kidding me? How is it my job to save the known universe every time I get out of bed? A hero is just a fancy word for somebody who doesn't get paid enough. Where's my retirement plan? Where's my health insurance? Do I even get a say in all this, or does the record just skip every time I think I've found an exit? A terrible fate is an understatement. Quite frankly, no way to greet a stranger. I've been hit in the head a few too many times, and I'm sure at some point my heart's gonna give out. Don't worry though, we'll be just fine. Things will get better. Try not to think about it. Maybe you should light it up. Maybe I would lighten up if I could only keep these damn lights on. The cycle is getting old, and so am I. Worked to death by the end of the day, and reincarnated back into these same shoes every morning. Which, by the way, are wearing pretty thin, along with my patience. Seems like everybody wants a piece of me these days. This guy's been following me around trying to sell me crap he found off the ground all afternoon, and his face is starting to look really punchable. If there is a higher power out there, she's completely abandoned me.